as I say, they're not actually suspects. They are persons who have been questioned that might shed some light on what happened here this evening.
Are any of these people followers of Malcolm X?
They could be. There apparently are some.
Are some of them followers of Elijah Muhammad?
Yes, they come from all various walks of life and connected with different organizations. We are questioning anyone and everyone who might be of help.
Chief, does this indicate to you that this is just the beginning of a series of incidents between these two rival groups?
No, I wouldn't comment on that at all.
I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change has gotta come now. Ooh, yes it is now. Oh my, oh my. It's been too hard living, oh my. And I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's up there beyond the clouds. It's been a long time coming. I know, change has gotta come. Oh, yes, it is now. There's a time I will go to my brother. Oh, I've asked my brother, will you help me please? Oh, now, he turned me down, and then I asked my dear mother. Oh, I said, mother, I'm down on my knees. Somehow I thought I was still able to try to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes it is. Just like I said, I went to my little bitty brother. Dear mother, oh now. I said, mother, I'm down on my knees. But there was a time that I thought, Lord, this could last very long. Oh, my Lord. Somehow I thought I was still able to try to carry on. It's been a but I know the change gotta come. It's been so long, a little too long, but the change has gotta come. So tired of suffering, standing by myself and standing up alone. The change has gotta come. You know, and I know, you know that, I know, and you know, honey, that a change is gonna come.
Do you link this to the death of Malcolm X at all?
At this particular time, I don't.
What would you link it to, sir?
I don't know. Until we complete our investigation, I couldn't definitely say what it's connected with.
Will there be additional police added to the Harlem area as a result of tonight?
We have additional men assigned up here at the present time.
Have you assigned additional men to other mosques as a result of this?
Yes, we have.
As a
Since
result
this
of this.
fire.
We have assigned them is to prevent a thing like this happening.
I mean,
result
since
of
the
this
fire
fire.
broke out, have you assigned additional men?
Well, we have covered them in the mosque right along, but we will beef it up a little bit.
Chief, what's your professional opinion of this whole thing?
Until the investigation is completed and I read the reports, I can't comment as to what the conditions were.
How long do you think this investigation will take?
Well, that's kind of hard to say because we're working under adverse conditions, as you know now, the hour of the day that it happened, and so it'll go on all day, that's for sure.
Do you feel that the apprehension about violence connected between these rival factions will let up perhaps after Malcolm X's funeral on Saturday?
Will you repeat that, please?
Do you feel that the apprehension perhaps that exists at the moment between these two rival factions will let up after the funeral on Saturday?
Oh, well, that again, I couldn't conjecture on.
Had any members of the mosque or any of the employees up there or workers received any threatening phone calls indicating something of this nature might occur?
They haven't reported them to us up to this time.
Chief, had the police department been forewarned of anything like this?
No, we were not.
Thank you, Chief.
Lawrence J. M-C-K-E-A-R-N-E-Y. Lawrence J. Chief Inspector. Chief Inspector of the Police Department.
Chief McCarney, to your knowledge, was there anyone in the building at the time of this explosion?
We are attempting to ascertain if anyone were in the building. Up to this time, we have no knowledge of it.
Is there any way to... Patrolman Waterman, could you tell us where you were at the time you heard the explosion originally?
At about 2:15, I was standing in front of 102 West 116th Street, myself and Patrolman DeClade. And we heard a very muffled explosion over the top of us on the 4th floor.
Patrolman Waterman, what time was it when you first heard the
On
muffled
2:15
explosion?
or 2:20, I believe it was.
You were standing across the street there at 102 West 116th Street.
Right. And,
Where did the explosion occur?
on the 4th floor of the building.
Was it a loud explosion?
It was
Muffled?
muffled, and all the glass came down, and the door blew off the fire escape right here.
You were with your partner, and
Yes, Patrolman DeClade.
how long had you been in that particular area when you heard the explosion?
We were only there 15 minutes. We went on at 2 o'clock there.
Did you see anyone else in the area?
No, we didn't.
No one was seen leaving the building or entering the building.
The door
How-
was locked because we had checked the door previously.
How long had it been since you had seen anyone in this particular area, sir?
I don't believe there was anybody there. It was pretty quiet because it was cold out.
The explosion did occur in the building that houses the mosque.
Yes, it's in the temple up on the 4th floor.
Is this normally your beat, sir?
Occasionally I work this beat, yes.
Are you part of the stepped-up forces that have been brought into Harlem
No,
in the past?
I work here on a regular basis.
How long was it after the explosion occurred until the blaze became visible and...
It was about 10 minutes. We could notice at first on the ceiling we saw a small glow. And we turned in a fire alarm and radioed for assistance for other cars to respond.
And within a matter of minutes, of course, the response came.
Yes.
Thank you, Patrolman Waterman.
Undoubtedly, right? What's that? When you heard this blast, did you feel you were in danger?
Of course.
And then
What was your first reaction?
Yeah.
Were you immediately in front of the entrance to 102?
No, I... West 100.
What was the first thing you did, Patrolman Valenti, when you heard this explosion?
I ran out into the street and turned around, make sure I didn't notice anything peculiar. There was no one around in the immediate area, just passerbys.
How long had it been since you had seen someone in the area, Patrolman?
Well, there's always somebody around. There was constantly people on the street, but no one entered the restaurant. The restaurant in Lenox area, and that was closed. I believe the building itself was locked, and there was no one gained access to the building either.
How fast did this fire spread?
What's that?
How fast did the fire spread after you heard the
I
blast?
guess approximately 10 minutes.
How long had the restaurant been closed?
I don't know. I've only been here since 2 o'clock, and it was closed when I arrived on the post.
And it was about 15 minutes after you arrived when you heard the explosion?
Right, approximately that. 15, 20 minutes, somewhere around there.
Where did it...
Nasty way to start the day.
What's that?
Nasty way to start your day, isn't it?
Sort of.
In your opinion, the explosion sounded as if it came from the 4th floor?
Yes, it definitely did, because it blew out all the windows, and it blew the door right off. If you notice up there, you see the door laying over the fire escape, blew that right off.
Did any of the debris fall on you, or were you able to...
No, that's why, quick reflexes. We ran out into the street. That's why I say we ran the first thing. Because we figured there had to be something falling. One passerby did get hurt with some glass, I believe.
What are your conclusions at the moment? Was this a planted explosion?
I'd rather not say. I don't know. I don't have any opinion.
Thank you, sir.
What is your name for the record?
I
Any
did.
reaction?
I did. Yes, I did. It was quite a shock, the explosion at first, you know, to hear it and all the debris falling. Figured somebody was going to come charging through the door or something, I imagine, so that there was nobody suspicious in the area.
Patrolman Valenti, did you do likewise? Did you pull the sidearm?
No, I didn't pull it out. I had my hand on it. My main function, the patrolman Waterman here yelled that he saw fire to run, get to the fire alarm. That's what I did. I ran down to 115th Street. I pulled the firebox there.
Were you gentlemen apprehensive when you came on this duty tonight?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Were you expecting something like this, perhaps?
No, we weren't expecting something, but there's always a possibility of some incident occurring.
How long was it before you realized that no one was going to come charging out of there and you replaced the sidearm?
Well, when I ran over and I checked the door, it was still locked. And there was nobody. I couldn't see anybody immediately. And my interest then was to call for assistance on a passing radio car. They radioed for assistance.
Have you been able to locate any other eyewitnesses other than yourselves?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Is this true with you also, Patrolman Valenti?
It was pretty quiet out here at that time of night. It was, you know, it was cold. Too many people on the street.
Would you call the calm an uneasy calm, an eerie calm?
No, it's just normal for this type of weather, I'd say.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, let's get where it's warm.
Yeah, let's